Today's video is going to be learning how to make this pretty little rosette pin out of fleece fabric, a hot glue gun, and some Stampin' Up! Stuff. So the first thing I need is my fleece, and I've cut a little square of red fleece that I bought at a fabric store, and I am using the Big Shot Big's table setting die. So I'm going to put that over the circular part of the die, and then I also have a piece of green felt that I'm going to put over the leaves, and I can run this through at the same time to save myself a little bit of time, and I just crank that through, and you can hear the fabric cutting as it goes through. Okay, so that is cut. I'm going to move my Big Shot out of the way, and you will see the pieces as they come apart. Okay, so I have my two leaves here. There's one leaf and two leaves, so I'm going to put those to the side and discard the rest. And then I have my little swirly here, and I have a pair of scissors to go through and cut a couple spots in the swirly that just seem to get a little bit stuck. So it's not a big problem, it's just I'm going to trim it up a little bit so I can take it apart to manipulate it. Okay, so what I do to start the swirl, you'll see I start with this side down. So I'm going to tuck this under, and I'm just going to start to swirl. And the most important thing is to keep this little tab under at all times, because that's going to form the back of your flower. So you can do it as tightly as you want or as loosely as you want, but it's ultimately going to lay kind of flat. So it really just matters for how tight you want the center to be. And so then after I do that, then I just start swirling it around. And I'll have to continue to move that around. Lay the fleece in a slightly greater circle as you go out. It will tend to stick together to itself, so that's a good thing. It'll help as you guide yourself through this. So we're almost done here. And voila! There is the start of your flower. So now I'm going to need a little bit of hot glue to adhere this together. So I put a little bit at the bottom there. Okay, just enough to hold it together. You don't want it to show, so just kind of make sure that it tucks under. And then I put a little bit on the tab here to hold it down in place. So it covers up the hole. Okay, so I have my... And if you want, if you're working with a different fabric, you may need to do hot glue as you go to keep it more adhered. So now I want to add my leaves, and the way I do this is I just line up the leaves in where I want them to go, and then I put a little bit of hot glue on the ends of each of these. Whoops. Excuse me. And then I line them up, and then I press my flower onto them and have them stick out as far as I want. And then when I pick it up, then I have my rosette. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a clasp that I bought at a craft store, and rather than putting the hot glue directly on here and then trying to fix it, I'm actually going to put hot glue on the back of here and push down. That'll save your fingers some pain, and that's just what I would recommend, but you do whatever works comfortably for you. And you'll see some of the hot glue comes up through the holes. If you need to add a little bit more, then go ahead and do that after you've already pushed down, but just be certain that you don't touch it. Okay, so that's the back. That will dry pretty quickly. So now I have my rosette, but I just want to give it a little bit of extra pizzazz. And so you can see this one's got sparkles on it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some rubbing alcohol that I've mixed with a little bit of the product from Stampin' Up! That you can paint on. It's glitter paint. It's called Champagne. And I just added a few drops to the alcohol and I just spray it. And that will settle into the fabric, and when it dries, it will dry all sparkly. So good luck and enjoy!